Hey Thinksters, welcome to this video about this puzzle from our Python Mastery Workouts book. It is for ELO level 1487, which is pretty easy, but not that easy. But definitely it's not a difficult puzzle. So the main question of this puzzle to be able to solve it is, will this part of the code evaluate to true or to false? Because the output can either be 0 or 1. We have two possible outputs here. So we have to find out whether this will be true or false. And I will just run the code now to show you the output, and then we have to dig a bit deeper. So the output is 1. That means something in here is true because we connect each condition with OR. So one of those three has to be true. False is false definitely. So what's the condition that evaluates to true? And therefore I would like to check a bit more in detail. So we had this one, a list with one element, one bool value, false. And I will just print 1. And the other condition was parenthesis and false. We already discarded the first condition, which was only false. That will be false definitely. And if we run this code, the output is 1. Okay, so this is also false and this is true. Why is that? That's because this is also just false. It's not a tuple. Maybe you thought it was a tuple, but if it should be a tuple, then you have to put a comma here. If we run it again, save. So if we run it again now, you see the output is 1 and 2. So both of these conditions were true now because it has become a non-empty tuple. Like that, it's just the value false in parentheses, but it's not a tuple. Okay, and basically this is also the explanation why this becomes true, because it's a non-empty list. And non-empty tuples, non-empty lists, non-empty dictionaries, for example, or sets, they always map to true. If you put them in an if clause, in an if statement, a non-empty data structure will become true. So that's very practical actually, because we can check if this thing we put there is not empty, then do something. We don't have to check length greater than 0, for example. We can simply put the data structure there and Python automatically checks, is it not empty and not null, of course. And if it is not empty, then this evaluates to true. And that's also the explanation why our puzzle has the output 1. Yeah, if you remember, that was our puzzle. X was initialized with 0. And here, one of those 3 conditions has to become true. False obviously is false. False in parentheses is also false because it's not a tuple. And here we have a list which is not empty, so this becomes true inside of an if statement. Therefore we increase x by 1 and we print 1, and that's the solution of the puzzle.